Most of you know, Google Camera and the iOS application camera are probably some of the most popular camera apps that people use on an everyday basis, and I wanted to kind of showcase the differences between these two applications. Because one, there's a lot of similarity, but there's also some differences as well. Now we're not going to be taking a look at a camera quality difference. In fact, we're going to be doing just the raw features that you have between both. Now both of them have basically the same exact features when it comes down to it. They're both going to be giving you photo mode, video mode, and some variations of the two as well. The big thing to keep in mind though is that the way they look like are almost identically the same. The viewfinders are basically the same size as far as I can tell. It depends on what type of camera resolution and filming, you're kind of doing. But you can see between both, there's a lot of overlap. Now with the iPhone camera, the layout, you have your flash and everything at the very top. You have the top arrow where you can kind of get some more information at the bottom. You can quickly swipe between these different camera modes by swiping up through here. And there's a lot of different modes to choose from as well. Now, kind of the same thing with the Google Pixel camera as well, or the Google camera. So you can swipe between the two if you want to just go and jump between photo, night sight, panorama mode as well. You can always zoom in and out by just grabbing it this way, pinching zoom to in, or you can just grab this thing to zoom in and out too. One thing that I've always noticed between an iPhone camera and a Google camera, no matter which type of Google camera you're using, even on a Pixel 8a like this, you can just see how much of a smoother experience it is on my iPhone than on my Google camera. Funny thing is, this is a 4-year-old iPhone that I have here. This is a brand new kind of budget Google Pixel that I have. But you can see between both, look at just how much more of a smoother job it is on my iPhone camera than on my Google camera. And I don't know why this is. The phone's performance should be better on the Pixel 8a, but it is actually crazy how much better it is on the iPhone side. It's always been like that on a majority of different Android phones that I have. Now you're gonna have this little camera photo icon here. But the funny thing is, the shutter icon is actually above the particular photo layout at the bottom, where I feel like on the iPhones, it's actually better on the iPhone lineup. I feel like having it like this is probably better. On the Androids, it's still good, but I feel like I have to go through so much. On the iPhones, I actually preferred being at the bottom. One thing that's always annoyed me about the Google Pixel cameras is that to get into video mode, you have to click on the video toggle here. I kind of just wish it was a different toggle here, like right next to video. I'm so used to swiping to the side. I think for some people who have the video option here like this on the Google Pixels, it might make a little bit more sense, and some people might be okay with it. But the other option, the other thing that kind of annoys me with at least both these options, is that on my iPhone, what I can do is if I wanted to, I can kind of use my iPhone in one hand like this, and I can kind of maneuver the zoom in, zoom out, just like right here without going super far, and I still get a really good idea of how much video that I'm taking and all this other stuff, right? On my Google Pixel side, when I'm using this camera, I have to kind of shimmy around a lot, especially in video mode. You can see right here, I have to go so far into zooming in and out, and it is actually significantly farther when I'm using it on one hand. So I've always noticed that. That's always been kind of an annoying thing here. And I do feel like if I'm going to go through and use a phone, it is kind of annoying to kind of have my phone, my thumbs, skip out that much. But again, it's not the biggest deal in the world. One thing that's always kind of annoyed me about my iPhone camera though, I will be honest, is jumping into settings. There's not really a native way of going from my iPhone camera to my camera settings app. You can modify a lot of settings down here, but there's not really a native way of going and jumping straight into settings. On my Google Pixel camera though, the cool thing is you have the camera settings built in right here. So you can tap right here and you can basically jump straight into a lot of different settings that you have here. So you have a couple of them here for the most part. But you can also jump straight into your camera settings by clicking right into here. And you can even click onto more settings and get access to your entire camera settings right inside of Google Camera. So that is something that is really cool. And I actually do kind of wish we had that on iPhones. We kind of have that in Final Cut Camera, which is a new pro camera Apple made on their App Store. But we don't have that inside of the stock camera application inside of our iPhones. So overall, those are kind of the main differences here. Again, I think the main one that I typically will use on an everyday basis is the stock iOS camera for sure. But I think the Google camera still is very good, and there's a lot of things that Google camera does right that I wish the stock iPhone camera would actually do. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.